Toronto and Ontario provincial police say DNA testing has identified the killer of 3 women from separate homicide cases. The murders date as far back as 1982. The CBC's Ali Chiasson has the details.
So we have 3 cold cases solved here, and Toronto police say they can all be linked to this man, Kenneth Smith, who died several years ago. They say he is responsible for the deaths of Christine Prince, Claire Samson, and Gracelyn Greenidge. Prince was 25 years old, working as a nanny in Toronto, and she was killed in 1982, found drowned in the Rouge River in Scarborough. Samson was 23 years old. She was killed in 1983. She was found shot twice, and her body was found in a rural area north of the city in Oro-Medonte, Ontario. Then Gracelyn Greenidge was found dead in her apartment in Toronto in 1997. Cause of death was blunt force trauma. These cases ran cold until last week when the Centre for Forensic Sciences matched what was previously DNA linked to an unknown male to Kenneth Smith. Here's more on him.
Kenneth Smith died in 2019 at the age of 72 years old in Windsor, Ontario. If he were alive today, the Toronto Police Service would arrest Kenneth Smith for the homicides of Christine Prince and Gracelyn Greenidge, and the OPP would arrest him for the homicide of Claire Samson. His death means he will never be held to account in a court of law, and we recognize the impact that has on families who have waited so long for justice.
So the Toronto Police Cold Case Unit knew about a decade ago that there was this DNA of a then unknown male at all 3 of the crime scenes for these women. But it wasn't until this year that they linked it to Kenneth Smith through DNA matches to distant relatives of his. This is a big break, not only in these cases, but potentially more cold cases, of which there are about 800 in Toronto. Here's more on that.
These cases would have never been solved without this technology, especially in this case. I mean, we've talked a number of times, and when you're looking for an unknown profile and we have no matches on our national DNA data bank, you're basically looking for a needle in a haystack. When you can upload this and use different technology to identify close relatives and then go back to traditional policing means to prove the fact that the person that we gained the DNA from is the actual offender, it makes all the cases that have previously been unsolvable now solvable.
In a way, this is still an open investigation because Toronto police say that Smith could be linked to other homicides or other missing people right up until his death in 2019. So they are asking the public to contact them if they have any information on possible crimes that Kenneth Smith may have committed throughout the course of his life, now deemed a serial killer. Ali Chiasson, CBC News, Toronto.